Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. The NBA released a statement a few days ago saying basically they are seriously considering changing the playoff format because basically they want to have the best two teams when it's all said and done in the finals, and they feel like based off the current East versus West system that hasn't worked and it's outdated, and basically you're not getting the best teams in the playoffs because you may have the more dominant players playing for basically the Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference. So basically, I looked at the Washington Post article on it, and it was a part that I didn't understand, some guidelines that I didn't understand. I know at the end of the day, they want to have like what you would call a Final Four like format. So basically, what they're saying is, let's just say a couple of years ago where you had the Houston Rockets that won 65 games, and you had the Golden State Warriors that was like the number 2 seed that won like 55 games. Basically, you would have had the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals. So basically, in the next couple of years, you could possibly have the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors or something in the NBA Finals if they have the best record in the league when it's all said and done. Or you could possibly have the Lakers versus the Clippers in the NBA Finals, depending on how relevant these teams are the next couple of years. Now, what I didn't understand, they said they might want to do something where they start a tournament, where they play a tournament as early as, where they sort of like start the playoffs like in December to January, which to me, that wouldn't make any kind of sense. So basically, are they saying you would be eliminated from playoff contention, like no matter how your record is, that wouldn't work. To me, as I said before, the best way to get this all said and done, you just have the best 16 teams play in the playoffs. Now, I do like the fact that the East Coast West Coast thing is gonna be basically eliminated. I just thought it was outdated like years ago because you just didn't have the best teams playing in the finals. You did not have the best two teams, period, playing in the finals. And I think it's not fair that you get a team on the Western Conference that win 50 games, and then you get a team on the Eastern Conference that win 39 games, and somehow, some way, they make it to the playoffs. You should not have a losing record, and by default, you get to go to the playoffs. It shouldn't work like that. The playoffs is about who wins the most games, not by, you know what I'm saying? Real, not by demographic location. So I like the idea of this, but the only thing I don't understand is them trying to have some kind of tournament like in the middle of, well, not even in the middle of the season, like before the All-Star break. I feel like they should just basically, every game counts, but I know they want to try to fit in the load management, and I think another thing they could do is stretch the season and just like basically no more back-to-back games. I would be okay with that. You play every other day or every 3 days. The NBA would make it work. Now the thing is, if you're gonna have no more back-to-back games, then more than likely you would have to start the season, which they did anyway, which is start the season in the middle of October. But then again, if you take away 4 games, you might just start the season maybe the last week of October, and then also eliminate preseason games, because this load management thing is a big deal, it appears to be. So that's cool. Now, as far as what town business think, I like it, except for basically playing a tournament between December and January. Like I said before, my idea, to me, would be the best idea is, look, you go by the best 16 teams. What you do is you split them up. You can either have the odds, you have the number 1, and then you have the number 2. And then you could have, basically you could have the odds play all the odds, and then the evens play the evens. So basically you got 16 teams. You could have, like I said, you can have 1, 3, 5, 7, all the way till 15, and then you could have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You could do it like that. Or you could do the number 1 seed plays the number 16, the number 2 plays the number 15. You could do it something like that, man, to where you would have at least the best teams record-wise playing. And then you would find out who's really that good. Because sometimes teams gain momentum in the playoffs, they get better in the playoffs. But more than likely, you would probably get the best 2 teams in the finals. So, of course there are going to be some upsets along the way, but more than likely you would get the best teams playing in the NBA Finals. So if it happened to be the number 1 and the number 2 playing in the NBA Finals, so be it. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Should it matter whether they from the East Coast or West Coast? There you go. This your boy Town Biz. I am out.